Good afternoon. I was asked to get some information on how we could increase our employee engagement and improve our visibility in the community as an organization. So what I decided to do was take a look at our biggest customer, Ford Motor Company, and see what they do and how we could apply some of their activities into our own business life here in Martin Reed. What I took a look at was the Ford Sustainability Program, which is all about enhancing communities and people's lives. I took a very small portion of that and took the three-prong approach of that particular area of the sustainability program that Ford does do. And they take a look at three areas, the first one being community life, the second one being education, and the third one being driver safety. All three of these are things that I believe we could incorporate into our business life here, and as we go through it, we can see some similarities between what they do and what we can do. And at the end, we'll wrap up with some ideas on how to adopt those areas into our own business life. So first of all, in community life, worldwide, Ford for 1 year donated almost $37 million in charitable donations and 237,000 charitable hours, which is quite significant worldwide. So the question for me was, what has our local Ford assembly plant done locally in the community to help with these two areas? I was over at Ford the other day for a business meeting, and in the lobby I took a couple of pictures, and these here demonstrate some of the things that they've done locally in our own communities. The first one is where they donated a pickup truck to the with the UAW to the local food bank in Louisville. Now, I wouldn't suggest that we are going to donate a pickup truck to anybody, but it's something that we can think about how we would support our local community food bank ones. The other thing that I took a picture of was the Hammer Award, and that has to do with hours of service that they donated towards Habitat for Humanity. And I think this is something that we could adopt here in our plant, where we could get our UAW team members and the management involved and develop that family approach to the community and increase our visibility. The second area that they really strive to drive or help in the future is education. So what they have is 100 STEAM scholarships worth up to $10,000. Many of us have heard of STEM. What Ford has done is added an A into that for arts and made it STEAM. And engineering and science through a robotics program. And we know how important these two areas are to our own facility. We have over 400 robots here. We do a lot of engineering work. We are involved in math and sciences to a great deal, and it's in our own vested interest to make sure that we support the community and having the next generation be able to come and work for us. So there's the first robotics program that Ford has spearheaded. It's to give students experience in science, technology, engineering, and math. It's for children from kindergarten to grade 12. They do competitions against other age groups or other groups within their age, and they work with a mentor from Ford. So Ford would have someone from the local plant or from their headquarters team with a group of students to build a robot for competitions, gets those children familiar with what robotics can do. It's a little bit of fun, and it gets their families involved too, because of course if your child is off in a competition, you're going to be there to see what's going on. One of the local initiatives, once again, because I wanted to see what Ford has done locally, was they sponsored the Southern Automotive Women's Foundation STEM event here in Louisville last fall. And if you look at the pictures, you can see I'm back in the rear of one of them and a couple other ladies here from work. So Martin Reed did join in that event as a sponsor. And this one was designed for 7th and 8th grade female students, or little ladies. And it was to give them exposure to careers in the automotive industry. And we've talked about this internally within our company about how the job market is so tight right now. And we really need to encourage ladies or young women to get into these types of science fields, because without them, in a few years, we won't have the workforce that we need overall in the industry. The third thing that I took a look at was forward driving skills for life. And to be honest with you, until I had done this research, I had never heard of this. And as I was going through it, it looked really quite exciting, and I wish I still had a teenager at home that I could go to this, because it looks like a lot of fun. But they established it in 2003. Excuse me. The Ford Motor Company, the Governor's Highway Safety Association, and a panel of safety experts were all involved. This is to teach newly licensed drivers some important driving skills, and these aren't the skills that you would typically get when you go to a driver education course, but they're a much higher level. They have had 35,000 teens through this program and 460,000 people worldwide, so it's quite undertaking to educate these young people. Some of the skills learned are hazard recognition, vehicle handling, speed management, space management, distracted and impaired driving. And just to be clear, they're not teaching them how to engage in distracted driving, it's how not to. What this here particular program does is, here's one of the local ones in Columbus, Ohio, but the teen and their parent go, they get them to test drive in cars on a track. There is a classroom element to it. And like I said, it looks like a lot of fun. When I was watching some of the videos of young people racing around the track in Mustangs, I thought, wish that had been there when I was 16. So what after I went through all these, I took a look and said, what are some of the things that we could do here to partner with the community and our local union organization so that we can get that employee engagement? And one thing that we could do is we could pick a charity such as Habitat for Humanity. I think that's an excellent one. I know we donate a lot through United Way, but visibility is from presence. So if we had our people involved in a Habitat for Humanity event, then you gain a lot of visibility. We could sponsor a local high school team, robotics team. We could have one of our own robotics engineers be involved in that activity, and that would allow them to get some exposure to both us as an organization and to robotics in general. We could set a rule that at least one of the team members had to be a student of a member of our team here, a family member, whether it's a grandchild or a child, and we could offer the scholarships to the team, basically finance the team and teach them some of those robotic skills. And then the third one I thought is it would be a lot of fun if we could offer a couple of scholarships to some of the children of our associates here, and they could go for a weekend to Columbus, Ohio, spend the weekend and take the course. And if we did that every 6 months or so, you start to get people excited and more involved, and they talk about it in the community, about the things that we do for our team members to make sure that themselves and their children are safe. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call, and I will share the web pages where you can find the information. Thank you.